The arrival of the CDF. You're most welcome.
Seeking your guidance and blessing as we commence this important project for the ministry. As we break this ground, we dedicate them safety, wisdom, and skill in every step they take. May their efforts be fruitful and contribute to the security and peace glory. Lord, let this new facility serve its purpose with honor and integrity, safeguarding the values and freedoms we hold dear. These armed forces watch over them as they serve our country.
Then, Under Secretary of Finance and Administration, we will have the remarks by the CDF to a guided tour, accompanied by the people who have been already mentioned, as they prepare themselves, both with helmets and jackets.
Welcome to the site. From that midway to, as soon as it's committed for, come up to this space. Then we have an interconnection here where we're going to have our construction. We shall have the general parking. So we will all fit within this area. Yeah, this area is quite similar.
Asante sana. There's no water.
This one shows us later. This is the entrance. Drive in, okay. Then we can drive in here. Then we access the block. This is the entrance. Right. Those who are working this block. I go.
We have a home. Oh, that's good.
The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs and the UPDF Joint Headquarters Construction
to ensure that we get building materials of good quality and in the right quantities. Sir, I'm glad to report that so far, for phase 1 works, we have 10 billion shillings from the last financial year, and we are going to get another 10 billion shillings in the second quarter of this financial year, making it 20 billion in total. I'm happy to report that the work shall be executed by our own UPDF engineers who have built capacity and expanded in number. Their expertise and professionalism will ensure the highest standards of quality works, maintenance of timelines, and cost effectiveness. The headquarters will be the state-of-the-art infrastructure that will be the epicenter for defense activities and a symbol of our strength as UPDF. So far, the preliminary works for constructing temporary office structures using prefab containers is nearly complete. And most of the staff whose offices were demolished here have already shifted to the other side. If you have time, sir, would move around to the prefabs after the function. So the project engineers predict that the project will be completed within time from 3 years. To achieve this, the steering committee is committed to working closely with the stakeholders to ensure timely funding of the project and enforcing monitoring and evaluation to ensure successful execution. Let me also take this opportunity to thank the Mbuya leadership, especially the Office of the PS and Under Secretary of Finance and Administration, for providing a funding line for this project despite limited budget. Lastly, sir, allow me to appreciate you for finding time in your busy schedule to launch this project. It is my pleasure to thank you and all invited guests for gracing this occasion. God bless you all.
By everyone and those who shall be exiting it to go back knowing that they have left a home behind. We thank you, and through you, sir, I want to thank the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency the President, for the support that he has rendered us and for appointing you to the office of CDF to drive his vision and his dreams to the level that he would expect. We thank you and bless you all. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
To invite the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi to step forward.
Secretary for Finance, members of the Joint Staff, general officers and senior officers here present, junior officers, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Let me start by also congratulating the UPDF on reaching this important milestone of beginning to construct a headquarters for the Ministry of Defense that is worthy of worthy of the name of UPDF. Today is an important day, the day when we begin this journey, the journey of building a decent and honorable Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs headquarters. They have said it's going to, the journey will take 3 years, but I hope we shall be able to do it in a shorter period than that. 3 years. 3 years sounds like a long time. Maybe we should talk of 2 years to have all this done in a period of 2 years. For decades, our Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs headquarters has been housed in embarrassing quarters, as Mrs. Buturo was saying. It has not been a good image for the UPDF. Meanwhile, all around us, our neighbors in the region, other countries in Africa have been building magnificent headquarters. And when we visit them, they take us around. They show us how well they are and how badly. Well, they don't tell you how badly you are, but they just show you. They just show you how good they are. So we were suffering that terrible embarrassment, but thank God today we are remedying that problem. Strategic importance that the MODVA headquarters are accommodated in a modern and comfortable setting. This directly contributes to the operational efficiency, coordination, and capabilities of the UPDF. Our new headquarters will incorporate the latest technology and infrastructure to support a modern defense strategy. We are not only building for today, we are building for tomorrow. So this building should take that into consideration. They should incorporate all the latest technologies to help us achieve our work as UPDF even 10, 15 years from now. We'll be building a sustainable and future-ready headquarters. I thank the government, and I particularly thank the President and Commander-in-Chief for his support in making this project a reality. This project exemplifies government's commitment to national security and defense. The anticipated benefits of this headquarters will be improved decision-making processes, better coordination between the joint staff and the services, and enhanced national security. We in the UPDF leadership are committed to maintaining the highest standards in defense and security. I am confident that this new state-of-the-art headquarters will serve as a symbol of the nation's strength and resilience. You know, other countries are proud of their defense headquarters. You go somewhere and they tell you our headquarters is called Pentagon. You go somewhere else, they tell you our headquarters is called Octagon or something. They all have names for it. So we were missing out, and it was reflecting badly on our nation. Once again, thank you to all those who have contributed to this project, and there are many, both within the ministry, within the UPDF leadership, and of course in government as a whole. And I thank you all for coming to attend this important ceremony. Asante sana.
The Joint Staff Human Resource Management has prepared refreshments, and thereafter we shall depart. The refreshments table is on our left. Look up some refreshments and come over to the tent at your leisure. Thank you.
First of all, we as UPDF and the Ministry of Defense in general are very happy that finally we are implementing the long-awaited Ministry of Defense and UPDF headquarters construction. That is going to be a state-of-the-art headquarters with the modern technology in terms of facilities that are going to be available for the ministry and UPDF officials, senior officials. Where we are, that's where it's going to be headquartered. And two, we want to salute the leadership, particularly the CDF, the Ministry of Defense headquarters leadership, for finally putting in place this vision. As the Bible puts it in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there is time for everything. We started with building capacity, the fighting capacity to defend the country of the UPDF, called the vision of the Commander-in-Chief. And now, we believe we are still building the capacity, but we believe we have covered a good milestone, a good distance. It's high time we now put the planners for this army, the planners for these defense forces in a suitable and a comfortable environment.
Afande, speaking to the specialities of this building, are we still operating? Because we had the Afande tell you that we had worked.
Actually, you don't have even to ask them. Just look your eyes from there to that corner. You have the two structures: the ministry headquarters and the UPDF headquarters. All actually between towers, as you have seen the artistic impression. Two, the time frame we planned for 3 hours. For 3 years. The CDF has said it should take 2. Now, in the army, when the commander says this, you don't ask why. You ask how high I should jump. So definitely the implementers will work around the clock to ensure that this is done in the 2 years we have been assigned.
What are the possible hindrances that you may face? Thinking about the money you received, 10 billion, waiting for the 10 billion, the 20 billion, is it enough, even that now time has gone?
No, you see, the budget is 94 billion. The budget that the cost of the two twin towers. However, Ministry of Finance remains our sole source of finances. We live in hope. We have faith that we shall get this money. Already we have had 10 billion, and 10 billion is coming this financial year in the second quarter. Who knows? By the end of the first quarter, we may have gotten another 10 billion, making it 30. That will be almost a third of the journey. So me, I have confidence that we shall achieve this. It's a question of the will, it's a question of dedication and commitment. Yeah. Chances are that the old offices are going to be demolished, particularly across on the other side of the hill. We are going to have a senior officers' mess. We are going to have a gym. So inevitably, those will be also demolished. So phase 1 is building these offices. Phase 2 is facilities to augment the officers' welfare, mess, and then the welfare or fitness department. Nsooka okwebaza Katonda kivudde ddaki olunaku luno lutuuse nti naffe tugenda kuzimba ekitebe ekikulu ekyaminisitule by'okwerinda n'amagye aga UPDF. Twasooka kuzimba busobozi mu kulwana tubutuuseeko, kati twagala ati tuzimbe abakulembeze ba minisitule by'okwerinda n'amagye bwe banaatuula okutetenkanyiza eggye lino. Ekyokubiri nti twenyumiriza gye tuvudde nti yes tutambudde olugendo luwanvu naye okugumiikiriza n'enteekateeka ennungi zisobozesa okukuuma eggwanga lino obutebenkevu ate n'okuyamba amawanga amalala kubanga awasinga obukulu otaasooka.
CDF agambye nti tugenda kukola kino ekizimbe emyaka 2 kubanga nfe abali tuteseeko kugamba nti tugenda kukola myaka 3 kubanga abali tulaba nti sente zigenda kujwa myaka meka 3 naye kata nti CDF munyina agambye nti ekizimbe kigenda kuzimbibwa mu myaka meka 2 kimininga nti agenda tuwa sente ate fe abadde kikukusa nnyo ye sente. So kati abanga bagambye ate kira nagamba nti facility egenda kubeeramu nga nti egenda kubeera of high quality materials okutandika ku design nga tutandika okukola okudesigninga project eno buli muntu yenna yeetabwamu okubeera nti buli muntu yenna ateekamu features zonna ze baagala, ebintu byonna baagala babiteekamu. So tugenda kumenga sure that ebintu byonna biteekamu ebintu by'omutindo oba bayita batya mu Luganda ebintu by'omutindo bya waggulu nnyo kyoba olaba twagala nti buli kantu konna CDF kayagala mu ndoomo kubanga sinsi yeetabwamu from design stage konna tugenda kateekamu nga bwayagala. And ne project egenda kubeera nti egenda kuzimbibwa mu period jaga oba mu budde bwagambe emyaka 2 tugenda kisobola.
Kino ekizimbe kyenkana ki kitudde ku ttaka lyenkana ki?
Kino ekizimbe modified quarters stroke UPDF kigenda kuzimbibwa myaka 2 ate n'ekirala kitudde ku ttaka acres 7.2. Nga tumaze okuzimba ekizimbe bino byonna ebisigadde byonna byomulawo byonna tugenda bijjawo byonna ne parking ya vehicles 2,000 emotoka 2,000. Amanya gange bagayita Lieutenant Colonel Engineer Chabo, the project engineer to deliver this project in 2 years.
I'm the Undersecretary of Finance and Administration. and Accounting Officer of the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, representing also, sir, my permanent secretary, who is not here today on account of other official demands. I take it a privilege and a very big honor that it had to be me to stand here, and I don't take it for granted, CDF sir, that I stand here today to represent the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs on this very, very historic day, to launch a project that I think sir makes many of us a bit emotional. Personally, I want to say, CDF, I'm very emotional about this day. I don't know how to thank you. I know that God has plans. He has a plan for everything. The Bible says there are seasons and times for everything. I don't think that you're launching this project today is just happening. It was designed and planned by God that it be you and it be now. So I want to thank God before I thank anyone else for this day, because sir, you found us in a place that we called Kasokoso. Many of us here can identify with that name, that we never wanted to expand, we never wanted to add some other function. We would either bring a container, bring a tent, and for a headquarters of defense of a country like Uganda. So we thought that this gesture today on your part has, the Bible calls it, again, you forgive me, I keep quoting the Bible, removed the veil of disgrace and shame and reproach that goes with princely, royal garment that has been corrupted, stained, degraded, to the extent that, sir, we reached a point where we're shy about hosting countries, delegations of them, that would want to see the place that is a birthplace, a cradle for the change and transformation, not just here in this country, but beyond our borders. We really want to see this home and say, where is this coming from? There's a time I visited one of the generals in the chief's block, and he had stepped out of his office to meet a delegation that had come to visit him in the compound, somewhere on the pathways leading to the chief's block. And he said, I could not bring these people to see where I sit because, one, it would render me a very incredible person. I would find it difficult to go back the next visit to speak to these people about the achievements or that we have made or that we expect to make as an institution of defense at UPDF. Secondly, that officer was of some good size and height. So you would fill his office wall to wall. When he would sit in that office, he would fill it wall to wall, that he had nowhere to turn. If you enter that space, you would have to speak to him from the doorway because he would fill the whole space just by himself. The first time we did a tour of this place, I think I'd just come here some years ago, I was heartbroken. So we did a tour and saw where our people sit. I don't know, sir, whether we had opportunity. Maybe we should have had a tour of where we are coming from also. before coming here. One of those places is, as you're aware, this was formerly a hospital. So we have a block that used to be a theater, hospital theater. And that's where the majority of your staff officers under the chiefs will sit. It's dark, it has no air, it has no light. But you would expect these people to sit in that place from morning to evening. We had gone there with an intention to address the question of absenteeism or late coming to office. I changed my mind after that and I said, God forgive me, because I cannot expect these people to sit here from 8 to 5, because they will not breathe. But we lived with that situation for some time. The chief's block looked very nice on the outside. While you're sitting in your block, I remember when you came, we had to apologize about your space because you sit in a cubicle. The same as the ministers and permanent secretary. If I can only describe, I don't have to put it in words, but just put it in your imagination, that where we are coming from, so many years down the road, I think since 2007, when this ministry shifted here from Bombo. The first attempt was Tisu, Kololo, for a few strategic offices, and then we moved here. So, partly, we want to say this was budget, because as you know, we have heard from the CJS, we have not had a budget for this project. It is a multi-billion project. To be an estimation, to give an estimation, some from the engineers team, it's about 94 billion shillings a project, and that is rationalized. You heard from the CJS that